So I don't know what 2-1 means in this context. Are you counting us in to start the recording? Or are you perhaps trying to lull us into a false sense of security, thinking that we will not stop talking and you can capture us saying something compromising? Well, I know your game, sir.
Uh,
Something compromising.
Even though Beer Protocol is technically no longer being done,
Retired.
retired, we still have some interviews to do. Jake, this is Jake. I'm James, and you are.
I am Kyron with the Nova Open.
Welcome.
Thank
Uh,
you.
Super excited to chat tonight. We are going to be talking about Nova Open 2024. We're going to be talking about sort of what we can hope and expect for our Marvel Crisis Protocol events, but also about the convention itself. Kyron, how are we going? When do tickets go live this year for Nova Open?
So tickets go live March 1st, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. They're going to go live on TTE, which is the website we use, Tabletop Events, to purchase all of our tickets and all of our events. This year is going to be a little bit different than last year. Last year, hotel and tickets went live at the same time. This year, we're doing it a little bit different. So tickets will go live March 1st, 7 p.m., while the main hotel block will go live March 16th at 1 p.m.
Okay.
And you can actually get early booking in the hotel. So we have four different types of passes at the convention. We have our Supernova, which is our super VIP swag bag. Then we have our Dwarf Nova, which is our slightly lower tier VIP bag. If you buy one of those, or if you buy the one-click bundles for the 40K and Sigma GTs, those let you buy your tickets that same night for your hotel. Otherwise, you have to wait with everyone else to the 16th to get your hotel block.
That's
Right.
nice.
That seems straightforward enough. Extra perk for those big bundles.
All right.
Um, so with Nova Open is going to be still in the same venue as last year. Um,
Correct.
so as we were able to host events in the hotel, like I actually thought the venue was pretty nice. Definitely like had a whole lot of spaces to put games and events and other things. Is there anything exciting we should know for the returning to the venue this year?
So it's the same venue. We're actually going to do a couple of new things different. We're going to change around some stuff and some of the layouts. 40K will still be in the big hall. Was if you went there last year, that massive, what honestly looks like a small football stadium. I don't know if you made it to the 40K hall, but
I was
we're
able
gonna
to.
we're gonna change the lighting. We're gonna fix a lot of the lighting issues. A lot of complaints last year about the lighting in the hall. That's gonna be resolved. Um, we're gonna be adding a bigger board game slash hangout space upstairs by registration. And one of the biggest things we're gonna have this year is I don't know about you, but a lot of people had issues with phone service in the building,
Yes.
especially back where you guys were. You guys are just underground in your corner. We're gonna have Wi-Fi in the whole floor now for everybody. Free Wi-Fi for the public.
Excellent.
Everyone bring your phones. Don't engage with other people.
Well, the big thing is now, and I feel old saying it, but a lot of people just use their tablets now for all their events, and everyone just carries all their rules on a tablet or their phone, and not everyone else lugs around a backpack full of books.
Yeah. I think even when we were playing War Machine and Hordes in, oh God, James, what was that, 2018?
Uh, in the ancient times,
The ancient, the before
our
times,
tablet was actually stone. Uh,
before the great trauma. No, but yeah, we had like War Room on the phone, super
Yeah.
common. Like that was almost every tournament or even casual event. It was just like, oh, track damage on my phone. We were so cool in 2018. What
Yeah.
happened? Well, that is fantastic. I'm looking forward to seeing how the venue gets set up. Marvel Crisis Protocol is being moved to a new room.
Right.
So we're excited to see our new layout. We've got a big pile of tables. Even we will be able to host just as many people as last year. We actually have been able to increase the size of our main singles tournaments to 32 players each. So that's going to be a big day.
I don't know what you did there, but that was hysterical.
That was the sound of confidence, James. Confidence inched by fear.
No, you guys had a really big event. A lot of people showed up for. I kept meaning to come down and say hi and talk to you guys. But every time I went down there, you guys were always engaged with people. You always had people coming in and looking and watching. And you guys seemed, at least from my point of view, you seem very, very busy.
We had a blast. It was fun just running around answering like really weird questions. Like we had a couple of rules calls that were just like, no, yeah, that's how that works. Yeah, sure. Um, and then we had like a couple of people. We had a couple of people doing the ultimate events, and that was just great to see. So no, we had a blast running it, and we can't wait to be back this year.
No, we're glad you guys coming back. You guys was a lot of really good terrain too. I loved your terrain.
Oh, speaking of terrain,
Oh,
That James is our terrain master. Our other terrain master, Nathan, could not make it to the call tonight. But between the two of them, they are cooking up some ideas. So on the topic of terrain, we got some good feedback from last year's event from the players about the tables we had. And it's kind of a fun idea for Crisis Protocol in general is part of a consequence of the release cycle. We have a lot of city terrain,
yeah.
New York City specifically. So we're hoping we can diversify up the tables a little bit, bring in some new ideas. We are still going to try to keep some fun. Our playroom Ant-Man table, where everyone was shrunk down to the size of playroom toys, was pretty popular last year. I thought it was adorable. Uh, but even for that table, we got some feedback about sort of table sizes. So we're re-looking at our terrain, looking at our things. We're going to make sure we're in compliance. We are going to come up with some new ideas, but we're also going to cut out terrain with overhang.
Yes.
That was one area where aesthetically it looked good, play wise it was not as great.
Um,
So we're receiving feedback, and we're going to be using that to try to incorporate in some new table ideas.
yeah, less round surfaces, some more flat areas where they could put the models on. We actually had a really good feedback, like I said, like you said, on the Ant-Man table, and the subway, the DC subway table was really popular. This year, we're working on the Deadpool takes over the Danger Room. It's going to be a lot of glitches. It's going to be a giant Deadpool head in the middle of the board. It is going to look amazing and hysterical. We are going to do Hank Pym's desk. Yes, we will have a coffee mug, a donut you can throw, and a nameplate at least. Um, oh God, what else we're gonna do? We're gonna do the opposite of the Ant-Man board, in which you guys are all going to be supersized down the Vegas Strip. Um,
Find every STL we can for world landmarks that don't have overhangs.
and we're gonna shrink them down so you look huge playing on them.
You want to see Hawkeye throw the Eiffel Tower like a spear? Well, you can't because he doesn't have a throwing rule in the game, but you can
Yes,
picture it.
um, but yeah, no, like I definitely want to see Juggernaut run through the Luxor. Uh, the But like we are working on the train. We're trying to paint them up a little bit better. We're working on that right now. We are working on modifying a couple of the pieces of the train. We're adding new terrain, and just trying to get a little more diversity in the actual setups.
now
So
if you're trained, if you don't mind me asking, do you guys do a resin? Like, do you 3-print resin or you 3-print like PLA?
both. So my PLA is
So
back there. My resin's
I
out in
saw
the
that.
garage. And so yeah, I do both. If it's like terrain pieces, it's usually on my Anycubic. If it's like something that needs to have like high detail, I'll use my resin.
say I also have am in the game. I'm in the mix. I got a 3D printer myself since last year, so we're just gonna
Nice.
once we
Correct.
settle on some designs, we're gonna churn some stuff out.
What'd you get?
I picked up an Any Cobra um,
Anycubic
cubic,
Cobra.
Any
Anycubic
cubic
Cobra.
brain. Wow, Any cubic Cobra 2,
Okay.
and it's not huge, but it's been going well.
I bought a Soval 7 last year for myself.
Oh, that's a good one.
It is. It's fantastic. I have another resin printer from Anycubic actually, but I live in a condo and the fumes. I can't do the fumes to resin printer. So it's sitting. It's $1,000 paperweight.
Yeah, I've seen some people do like the little enclosures that has like a vent you can put like in a window. Mine's in my garage, and that's why I'm not printing now because it's like freezing outside. But when the
Yeah.
summer spins up, I'll start to print some stuff.
So I don't know if you can tell us in the podcast. Cut it out if you need to. But I tried that. I tried making an enclosure,
Hmm.
and I bought a tent, and I had the pipe running to my window and everything. And my landlord came by, and he asked what I was growing, and I'm like, "Oh no, I'm printing stuff." And there was a confusion in what was going on. I tried to explain to him, and he just couldn't understand, wrap his mind around it. So I had to take it all down.
Oh, that's rough. Did it
Yeah.
work though for like that short blissful period you had
For
it
that
up?
1 month, I printed out a lot of miniatures, but afterwards it got a little bit awkward. I was like, I'm not growing anything, I promise. I'm just trying to get toxic fumes out. You're like, toxic fumes? I'm like, oh, that sounds. There's no way this sounds good.
All
I,
right.
now I'm thinking like, can you rent makerspace time to be like, I need to bring my toxic device and set it in a fumigated area.
I mean,
I
some
just,
prints are like 5 to 8 hours on some of
I
the
need,
small stuff, so
Yeah.
I need 10 hours in your hood.
it's just gonna be like throw it in a room, open the window, and have a fan just sucking out the fumes.
You just start looking up, friggin', oh shoot, what is, James, my brain is not working. What is the service for not being in a hotel, but sleeping in someone else's house?
Oh, oh man, I want to say Bed Bath and Beyond because I hate you. Um,
Go to Bed Bath and Beyond. What you do is you
shoot,
find yourself a whole Bed Bath and Beyond. You rent it out. You
where
put
you rent
you
other people's houses. It's not DoorDash. I hate you so much because I knew it, and then you said it.
you get your DoorDash. You put it in the car. And you put in your resin.
I like the idea of that, but I know what you're talking about.
It's
But
driving.
I just drive it around in my car.
Yeah.
I don't think the cops are gonna like that. I swear,
Oh,
officer, the smell. I can explain it.
it's it's definitely not weed. You can tell.
I promise, officer.
I'm stone sober.
Just driving really slow so it doesn't bounce too much.
You just look. You have like an entire like wooden platform for leveling back there.
I'll get a couple of gimbals on the platform, and
No, I swear it's a
yeah,
dragon. It's fine.
Officer, I'm printing dragons. Please, you have to understand that's all that's happening.
my girlfriend's a cop. I'll ask her how she feels about this.
Let's get the official rundown.
I'll ask her to explain to me what she would do.
Hey,
Um,
hey Jake, so I can get us back on topic.
yeah.
Longshanks.
Oh, Longshanks. Yeah. So we are going to be returning to Longshanks for our event manager for the tournaments this year.
Hmm.
We are still going to be working. We got some feedback both ways for letting players report their own matches. I am pleased to say, due to an opportunity we're going to try to pursue, we are not going to let players self-report in Longshanks this year. So we're still going to collect match slips. We're going to work. I know one of our trip ups last time was we had a couple different people with levels of familiarity with Longshanks. So we had to do some user training at the convention, which led to a few errors. So I'm going to take the time before the convention to do user training with our team so we can hopefully iron out errors. But our exciting news is for our singles event this year. We are going to be doing 2 heats, Friday and Saturday, 32 players each. Top 4 is going to be cut for an event on Sunday. So I know we made a mistake last year with the number of players being sent forward. So top 4, it will be in the documentation
Wait. Top four per heat or
per
top
heat.
four? Okay, thank you.
So 8 total players on Sunday. We can't promise anything, but our intent is once the application's open, we're going to apply to make it an LVO qualifier. So that's one of the reasons why we want to make sure that we have all of our stuff in order. We're going to be requiring match slips and having control over reporting, and we're going to be making sure we work with the players. That singles is also that singles finale is also going to be a single elimination event. That one's partially more to get back in line with standard finals events, but also it was a long weekend for a lot of folks last year. So even just those last couple of rounds are just like, yo, I can't win. Can I please stop playing?
Yeah.
And then we dragged them back to the table and made them keep playing against Criminal Syndicate and Guardians of the Galaxy. And there were actually a surprising number of Hellfire clubs. Turns out having a model who can lead a faction by themselves makes for a lot of variety in a faction list.
Stupid
In
Cosmic
addition,
Ghost Rider everywhere.
so much Cosmic Ghost Rider, so much beta ray bill, which you will probably see little to none of at this year's event. Our intent is to make our tournaments this year follow the 2024 timeline, which means we're going to be seeing much more grounded Earth-based heroes and rosters. Fewer cosmic, certain lists that were still holding strong with dominance, even at the LVO, like last weekend, I think it was.
Yeah.
It was still Guardians of the Galaxy all the way down, from what I had heard. So we're going to go forward with the timeline. Our expectation is that, again, this is going to be more in line with what folks can expect for overall tournament play for Crisis Protocol in 2024. So we're really excited to see what kind of lists and what kind of strategies people bring in with the more restricted sort of pool.
Now, when this comes out, the current timeline is out, but it might change before the event. So, Jake, when are we saying the cutoff is?
The cutoff will be 1 week before the first heat, Friday, August. I want to say 18th. Friday, August 25th is Nova. So I believe the 18th. And how dare you make me remember that on the spot?
You're welcome.
It's because you couldn't remember Airbnb, isn't it?
That's oh god, I hate you.
Ah,
I knew there was a B in it.
We are going to be holding more team tournaments, though. We had a lot of fun putting it on last year. This year, we are going to be changing up the scoring. So, yes, definitely scoring was. I had a neat idea, and I was told by nearly everybody that while it was neat, it was also bad. So, we're going to be playing a more standard scoring. LVO also had team tournaments this year, so there's definitely some good data for us to kind of look to and be like, excellent, good, let's have a good time. Make it simpler for everyone to understand. And then finally, the last event I want to make sure people know about is we're going to be holding a newcomers event on Thursday. We're calling it an escalation tournament. The idea is you are newer to the game. We're going to have longer round timers, and we're going to increase the threat level for how many models and how powerful those models can be. We're going to increase that each round in a 3-round event. So you'll start off at the minimum, play the pick scenarios like normal, and then as each round goes on, we'll increase the threat so you can bring more and more models in for each game further on. So again, getting everyone to start at a slightly lower complexity for the first round, and then kind of like sink your teeth in, enjoy your first tournament. That's a lot of what we're excited to see. We still have kind of some surprises in store. We're really looking forward to putting together new tables for our players this year. We're going to be working on communicating out the event details through tabletop events here in the next few weeks. So by the time we hit March 1st, we're excited for everyone to see the events and to sign up.
Now, what else is
well,
going to be available at the Nova Open? Like, do we know who
ooh.
like vendors are gonna be there yet, or?
I can't say yet because we still have to sign the contracts, but it's gonna be a lot of the same ones you have from last year, and some new ones. Speaking of vendors, we are moving the vendor hall
Oh,
from upstairs down towards the 40K hall, so it'll be in a bit more, say, bigger area, so they have more space and a little less congested.
Mhm.
So that GW is coming back, of course, for the 40K side. We're trying to grow a lot of our RPGs this year. I know we talked before the podcast about our Pathfinder.
mhm.
We're trying to grow RPGs. One of the things Nova wants to focus on is we have a lot of cool big tournaments. Like we have a big 40K tournament, but that's all fine and dandy. But we want to grow our smaller stuff. We want to grow our RPGs. We want to do a lot of board games. Our president, Owen, is a massive board game nerd. If you at Nova last year, or the year before previously, we have a board game room where you can play board games 24/7. And he brought probably a third of our board games. So we had almost 1,000 board games last year. So you can imagine it was a lot. Yeah, we have a lot of other good stuff coming up. I can't say a lot until everything gets signed and cross the T's, dot the I's. The big thing we're trying to do this year for Nova, trying to grow social media. And that's one of my jobs. And we have a YouTube. We never really used it. But at the convention, I actually filmed a lot of interviews similar to this. And I sat down with about 30 different people, some artists, some vendors, people in the community. And we filmed those. Actually, I just posted the first one 2 weeks ago. It was, I don't know if you know Dave from Mini Wargaming, you're familiar with him.
Yeah.
So him and Aaron, one of our board members, sat down for a very hilarious interview and we had that. And I got the next 15 ready to rock. We'll always start posting those.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah, I'm excited. Speaking of that, we're also increasing Capital Paddler, which is all competition. I don't know if you got to go look over there, but there was some fantastic Marvel miniatures over there.
Oh yeah,
I was intimidated.
Like there's some good posing and some great.
We're gonna try to grow that this year. Last year we had almost 1,000 entries. We didn't have enough space for everything. So that's one of the good things, is that hotel is big, so we have plenty of room to expand. So, and speaking of events, do you guys do any other events besides Nova? Do you have any other like convention events or small tournaments?
We do a thing called Food Machine in
I saw
November.
that. Yep.
We also do a charity event called Extra Life, which will now be in April. I think they changed the tabletop day.
Now soon is when it is.
Yeah. And that supports kids with like long-term health problems, paying their bills, and doing things like getting like Xboxes and PlayStations into like burn units and cancer wards for kids, so they have something to do. So those are the two big things that we do every year. Oh, also, Nova Open.
Speaking of money, actually, Nova was we luckily were able to donate almost $30,000 to charity last year from our profits.
I saw that. That is amazing.
So for those of you listening, I know you all know, but at Nova, we don't take a dime of anything we make. It all goes back into the convention and back into donated charity. For example, all of our board members, our volunteers, our staff, no one's paid. We all put our heart, our soul, and our own money on the line to make sure this runs every year. And last year was our biggest year. We had a record number setting of people, nearly 4,000. And we had probably the most money we've donated. I'd have to look. I think that's the most money we were able to donate to charity in 1 year. So,
do we do a silent auction or anything like that?
We did not do a silent auction. We used to years ago. The NOCF, or sister organization, used to do silent auctions. We don't anymore.
Okay.
The NOCF does host yearly auctions online and some other stuff. The art pieces of miniatures and art donated by artists. And speaking of other events, I got sidetracked. I'm sorry.
We're happy to go down that trip.
Speaking of events, so Nova actually, I don't know if you know, we have two partner events, two partner conventions. We have Captain Con in Rhode Island, which as we speak, half the reason my office is a mess. I'm gonna give that an excuse. I was actually packing right now. We're leaving in the morning for Captain Con up in Rhode Island.
Oh, that's awesome.
So they're another. It is, yeah. They're another convention. They also donate all their profits to charity, and they're all volunteer organization. I'm super pumped for that. And then we have another convention called the Richmond Open, which I think is one live today, and they're out of Richmond, Virginia, and they also, everything they donate goes to charity. So, and they're in May, I want to say. So
we might be able to make it down to that one.
Yeah, no, they had a small Marvel event last year, but I know they want to make a bigger one. They have a lot more events that they've popped up and a lot more small tournaments, so they're growing fast.
And today being January 31st, when this is being recorded, so by the time you folks see this, It's not too late. Go check out Richmond Open. Let us know if you liked Captain Con in the comments and if you had a chance to go and see it. And absolutely let us know what you're excited to see at Nova Open in August. Like, this is going to be a great event. We've got great people working to make sure that it goes well, that it has all kinds of events and activities to delight, to surprise, to entertain. And we're looking forward to seeing all of you there.
Hey Jake, this year let's not burn ourselves out so we can actually play some board games.
That, that's on you. I plan to be well and truly, I will be a husk. I will be staring out at the river in DC, just going, how long would it take me to get there? And just like slowly float downriver.
We we got done. We packed up everything, reset tables. We were like, we need to get food. Got food, and then like old people were just like, I'm going to bed.
I was dying last year, so Nova starts on a Wednesday. I was at the hotel starting that Monday. I took the whole that week off of work and half the week before that week off of work to prep everything. And we ended up Sunday. Nova's on a Sunday. Monday at like 4 p.m. We got the last of the trucks loaded, and it was just me and Owen at the storage unit, and I passed out on the grass. I'm dead to the world. He actually had to go like pull me away so I get ran over by the truck.
Reasonable.
And I was like, just leave me alone. I'm good. I'm good here.
Yes, Sunday I got the stuff unpacked in the car and was just like, I just want to lay down. All I want to do is lay down.
I think it's what we did too, to be fair.
Yeah. I don't think I watched TV. I think I just went home and just crashed.
Yeah, I would like to say that we definitely oh yeah, then we watched Lord of the Rings and had a celebratory
Oh
drink. And
yeah, stay up to three
no,
o'clock in the morning and party art. No, no,
we
old.
were unconscious.
I used to do that at conventions. I used to party hard all weekend and go back to work the next day, but now I take 2 days off after every convention to rest and recover.
Oh, Jake, remember the days of staying up and recording while drinking beers all night, and then
Those are
like
pretty fun.
getting up in the morning and going into a tournament?
Yeah, I'll do that. You want to do that this weekend?
No, I'm
I
old.
mean,
No.
they still got Limit Captain Con. Taking the train there. I'll put you in my luggage and get you there.
We can do luggage.
Oh, well,
Would
anything
you say you're
else we would like to
would you say
say?
you're a carry on, James?
I'm not carry on.
Checked.
I'm
Checked.
checked.
I have nothing else really. The only big thing is one. Thank you for inviting me on again. I think it's my second time on your show.
Hmm.
And once we get all up and running, I'll gladly invite you guys on to talk. The other thing is volunteers. If anyone wants to volunteer for Nova, if I can give you the email, you can put it in the bottom.
Oh yeah.
But reach out to us. Like Nova's an all volunteer organization. Like I said, no one gets paid, and but we always need volunteers. And it's need volunteers in like remote volunteers, like working throughout the country and the DMV area. And it's a great group of people. It's a lot of fun. We do stuff all year long. So if you want to make friends, get some stuff done, help charity, and just hang out with some good people, we always need people. We need people for everything: running events, registration, online social media stuff. You can make thumbnails. I'll be your best friend. 'Cause I can't do thumbnails to save my life.
Your photography team was amazing last year.
Oh man, all photography team, fantastic people. They are amazing. They took thousands upon thousands of photos, and I don't know if you saw. We uploaded a lot of them to Flickr,
Hmm.
and there's a lot of good ones in there.
See,
They know what they're doing.
unfortunately, I no longer remember her name, but massive kudos to the photographer who helped out the MCP events because she was able to keep up banter with our teammate Nathan,
Oh
which is
yeah.
no small feat. Is she was able to put him on the back foot more than once.
I'm trying to think of her name, and I feel bad now because now that you mention it, it's like the Airbnb thing. I'm not gonna remember until like 2 in the morning now.
Yeah.
But no, she is fantastic. All team, we have an amazing team.
And again, like actually, I will give a big shout out as well to Ben Cash and the prize support team. I'm looking forward to working with them again. And then yeah, Owen and the other rest of the administrative team were all phenomenal. So it's a great event with great people, and we're excited for it.
All right. Well, thank you
Beautiful.
all for watching, and we look forward to seeing you at the Nova Open.
Thank you.